In a small village nestled among the hills of ancient India, there lived a kind and gentle woman named Kisa Gotami. She was known for her compassion and generosity, always helping her neighbors and caring for those in need. Her life, however, was not without hardship. After years of longing, she was blessed with a child, a beautiful baby boy whom she loved with all her heart. Her world revolved around him, and she felt nothing could break their bond. But as fate would have it, tragedy struck. One day, her son fell ill, and despite her best efforts, he passed away. Kisa Gotami was devastated. The pain of losing her child was unbearable, and she refused to accept his death. In her grief, she clung to his lifeless body, hoping that somehow he could be brought back to life. Desperate to find a cure, she carried her child through the village, pleading with anyone who would listen. "Please," she cried, "is there anyone who can bring my son back to life?" The villagers pitied her, but no one knew what to say. They understood that death was final, but Kisa Gotami was too consumed by her grief to hear their words. Eventually, an elder in the village suggested that she visit the Buddha, known for his wisdom and compassion. Clinging to hope, Kisa Gotami set off to find him. She fell at his feet when she arrived at the Buddha's residence, begging for a miracle. "Please, Blessed One," she wept, "give me a medicine that can bring my son back to life." The Buddha looked at her with great compassion and said, "I will help you, but first you must bring me a mustard seed. However, it must come from a household that has never experienced death." Kisa Gotami was filled with renewed hope. She quickly set out on her mission, going from house to house in search of the mustard seed. At each door, she asked the same question: "Has anyone in your family ever died?" But in every home, the answer was the same. People shared stories of lost parents, siblings, children, and friends. Every household had experienced the pain of death. As she continued her search, Kisa Gotami began to understand the deeper lesson of the Buddha's words. Death, she realized, was not something that could be avoided or reversed. It was a part of life, a reality that touched everyone, regardless of status, wealth, or love. Her grief, which had once felt so singular and unbearable, was now shared by all of humanity. When Kisa Gotami returned to the Buddha, she no longer carried her son's body. Instead, she had come with a new understanding. The Buddha spoke to her gently, explaining that death is inevitable for all living beings. It is the nature of life to come into existence, to grow, and eventually to pass away. Just as the sun sets and rises, so too must every life end, only to be followed by another. Through her grief, Kisa Gotami learned the Buddhist truth of impermanence. Everything in life is subject to change: joy, sorrow, birth, death. Clinging to what is temporary only brings suffering. But by accepting the natural flow of life, one can find peace, even in the face of loss. Kisa Gotami became a devoted follower of the Buddha, spreading his teachings of compassion and the acceptance of impermanence. Her story reminds us that death is not a punishment, nor is it something to fear. It is a natural part of the human experience. And by embracing this truth, we can find the strength to let go, live fully, and cherish every moment we have. Thanks for watching our video. Do subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.